If you've been learning about lead generation, watching videos, saving posts, maybe even buying courses, and you still don't have a single client, this is going to be uncomfortable to hear, but you need to hear it. You don't have a client because you're not doing outreach, not because you don't know enough, not because the market is saturated, not because you need a better offer. You're just not doing this one thing that actually gets clients. The loop that's keeping you stuck. Let me guess what your situation looks like right now. You've watched a lot of content, you understand the basics, you know what a niche is, you know what an offer is, you know you need leads. But every time you think about actually starting, you hesitate. You start thinking, I need to pick the perfect niche first. I should probably improve my offer. Maybe I should watch a few more videos. I'm not ready yet. So what do? You go back to learning. You open YouTube, you watch another video, you take notes. You feel productive, but nothing changes. No conversations, no calls, no clients. And deep down, you know it. Most people watching this are stuck in that same loop. You wake up motivated, you tell yourself, today I'm actually going to start. But then you sit down and you don't start. You tweak something small. You tell yourself, I'll just prepare properly first. And before you know it, the day's gone and nothing's changed again. Then at night, you feel it, that frustration. Because you know you're not stupid. You know this works. You've seen other people do it. People who are probably less capable than you. And that's what makes it worse. Because now it's not confusion, it's avoidance. The real reason nothing is working. Here's the truth. Learning feels like progress, but most of the time it's just a way to avoid doing the hard part. Because the hard part isn't understanding lead generation. The hard part is this, reaching out to someone and risking being ignored or rejected. And that's what you're avoiding. But every time you say, I'll start tomorrow, I just need to learn a bit more, what you really mean is, I don't want to deal with rejection yet. So you stay in learning mode, because learning is safe. You can watch videos and feel productive, but nothing is on the line. No one can reject you, no one can ignore you, no one can say no. But outreach is different. Outreach exposes you, it forces you to face reality. It shows you exactly where you are, and most people avoid that. So they stay where they feel in control. But that's the trap. Money only comes from exposure, from conversations, from putting yourself in situations where something can actually happen. And right now, you're avoiding those situations. And here's the uncomfortable part. You're not confused. You know what outreach is. You know clients don't just appear. So this is a knowledge problem. It's a decision problem. You haven't fully decided that you're going to do this no matter what. Because if you had, you wouldn't still be trying to figure it out. You'd already be doing it. This is where most people get stuck, saying they're trying but not doing anything that actually forces a result. And the truth is simple, conversations are what lead to clients, not learning. That's the shift. Not learning more, just deciding I'm going to do the uncomfortable thing anyway. Because confidence doesn't come first, confidence comes after. After you've sent the messages, after you've had awkward conversations, after you've been ignored, after you've been rejected. That's when confidence starts to build, not before. And this is why most people stay stuck. They're waiting to feel ready before they do the thing that actually makes them ready. So if you feel stuck right now, it's not because you're missing something, it's because you're avoiding something. And once you see that, everything becomes simpler. Because now the problem isn't complicated, it's just uncomfortable. The simple system that actually works. So let's remove all the confusion. I'm going to give you something so simple you can't overcomplicate it. And if you actually follow this, you will be closer to your first client in the next few weeks than you have been in the last few months. Here's what you're going to do. Step 1. Pick one niche. Not the perfect niche, just one. Roofers, solar, dentists, plumbers, I don't care. Stop trying to optimize, just pick one. Step 2. Build a real list. You're not just finding random people, you're building a list of people who could actually use your service. Go and use tools like Instantly or Apollo. Start pulling contacts. Your goal is simple. Find at least 1,000 contacts. Build the list so you're never stuck thinking, who do I email next? Because that's another form of avoidance. When you have a list ready, you remove the friction. Step 3. Send 1,000 emails. Now this is where things actually change. You're going to send 1,000 emails, not in one day, at 50 emails per day. No overthinking, no rewriting the message 10 times, no waiting till you feel ready. 50 emails per day from your list every single day. Step 4. Repeat until done. You keep going until you hit 1,000. That's 20 days of work. 20 days. And by the time you finish, you will have positive replies, you will have conversations, and you will be closer to your first client than 99% of people watching this. What actually happens? Let's talk about what actually happens, because this is where most people quit. You send your emails, a lot of people ignore you, some don't reply, some say no. That's normal, that's expected. But then someone does reply. Now you're in a conversation, not because you were perfect, because you showed up. Let's make this real with numbers. If you send 1000 emails, you might get 50 to 100 replies. Out of those, 10 to 20 people are actually interested. From there, you'd probably get 5 to 10 booked calls, and from those calls, you only need 1 to 2 to close. That's it. That's how this works. Not rival content, not magic funnels, volume, conversations, calls, clients. And this is where everything clicks. You're not trying to get a client, you're trying to start conversations, because conversations are what lead to everything else. If you send 50 emails per day, you don't need all of them to work, you just need a few. And once that starts happening, you're no longer guessing, you're in the process, you're getting real feedback, you're seeing what actually works. But none of that happens if you don't send the emails. And that's why volume matters. You've been thinking about this wrong. You've been looking at this the wrong way. You think you need to feel ready before you start. You don't. You become ready by starting. Every email you send improves you. Every reply teaches you something. Every rejection builds confidence. This isn't about learning first, it's about reps. Volume beats perfection. Action beats knowledge. You've been treating this like something you need to master first. Like there's a level you need to reach before you're allowed to start. That level doesn't exist. There is no moment where you suddenly feel ready. There's only a moment where you decide to act anyway. And once you do, everything changes. Because now you're getting real feedback. And that's what actually teaches you. Not videos, not theory, execution. And that's the only teacher that matters. Why most people never get results. Now let me be clear. This isn't easy. You will feel uncomfortable. You will overthink your first few emails. You might stare at your screen for 10 minutes before sending the first one. That's normal. Do it anyway. Because this is the part no one wants to do. And that's exactly why it works. Most people never get here. They stay stuck learning forever, but you won't. At this point, you have two options. You either keep doing what you're doing, watching, learning, thinking, and nothing changes, or you do something different. You send the emails, you start the conversations, and you give yourself a real chance. Because right now, it's not that this doesn't work, it's that you haven't actually tried it properly. So here's what I want you to do. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Pick a niche, start building your list, send your first 1000 emails, don't watch any more videos, don't do any more research, stop overthinking. Just take action. Because right now, you're not stuck because you don't know enough. You're stuck because you're not doing enough. And the moment you fix that, everything changes. If you want to learn how to build this step by step, that's exactly why I created my community lead incubator. Inside, I break down how to pick your niche, how to structure your offer, and how to get clients consistently. So if you want help, you can go check that out. But either way, the main thing I want you to understand is this. Once you understand how money actually moves, building a business becomes much simpler. That's it for this video. I'll see you on the inside.